Hello, good evening. Welcome to another episode. Today I am going to discuss about climate change. Climate change is a global issue across the globe. We are concerned about it, we are worried about it, that a significant change already happening to the climate. Now, what we know about climate? Climate is like 10 years or 15 years average uh, rainfall, average heat, temperature, that is called climate. Climate is changing because I remember when I was 6 years of age, about to start school, maybe going to school, first year of school. That time the weather condition was not like now. There was a huge change already happened. I live in Bangladesh right now. I found it big change of the weather, climate, everything is not really good anymore. I might be different because that was long time ago, the old memory. So many things could be not similar as now, because the way we live, our lifestyle has changed, and we are living in a different world. At that time, we had a different way of lifestyle. Now it has changed, and we have progressed in so many aspects of our life, and I believe it is good, but there is a rising concern is climate change. Now I'm going to discuss about it elaborately. Well, when I was about 6-7 years old, I remember people in this region, Indian subcontinent, they used to use boat for going one place to another place. There was no rickshaw, there was no motorized vehicle, but very less of them, and the road was not paved. Road was muddy road. People used to go one place to another place by trawler, or maybe one district to another district by launch or barge, or sort of like motorized naval vehicle, like a cargo ship. This sort of thing we used to use for transportation, and now those days has gone. Roads are paved. People use three-wheeler vehicle. It's called auto, which is like Tesla, Bangladeshi Tesla, which is very cheap three-wheeler, and we can travel by that, and it is enjoyable. There is no noise, and it's cost efficient, and also it is energy efficient, which is very good. But before that, we had baby taxi. It's called Tempo. Now we use it more eco-friendly, compressed natural gas run three-wheeler, four-stroke engine, which is very good. And I remember those days people used to carry their crops to the big market for selling. They used to use catapult vehicle, and they used to cultivate the land with cattle, which is manual. I mean, you have to use muscle power. But nowadays, people cultivate the land by power trailer, tractor, and we have a motorcycle, which is very cheap, car, because economic development has happened in this country. I mean, Bangladesh is no more poor country. It's rich. So many people has car. They use car, luxurious car, second-hand car, very available in this country. All the cars are very expensive in this country, and in capital like Dhaka, houses are congested. Places are very not appropriately maintained. The housing facilities, I mean, it is not a well organized housing pattern in here. Roads are not like normal, well disciplined, but some of the area, cosmopolitan area, you can find disciplined road, I mean, which is like planned city, but 70-80% of them are unplanned city. With both house there is no sufficient gap. That's why the house at night time heated up, plenty of heat inside the room. That's why people use air condition, and to keep the food fresh we use refrigerator, freezer and freeze. So this modern motorized vehicle and also fridge, air condition, they they emit CO2, I mean carbon dioxide. This carbon dioxide goes to the atmosphere, makes the environment hot, very difficult to live during the summertime. And this is the situation in Indian subcontinent. So imagine across the globe, other country like China, South America, Middle East, people use air condition, people use motorized vehicle. Everything has been changed, and that's why global temperature is rising. People use fossil fuel for cooking. Back on those days, I remember we had lots of trees in our house. We had a mango tree, we had jackfruit tree, we had a lot of other tree. I won't be able to tell all of the name. The leaf of the tree dried up, and the branches of the tree, roots of the tree, we used to dry them up in the sun, and we keep it in a place. It's called place. It's a house. We used to keep them together, and my mom used to cook with that. But that was, at that time, that was the culture in Indian subcontinent. People used to use this kind of dried wooden stuff for cooking. But nowadays people don't use that. People use gas, natural gas, or cylinder bottle. So that's why excessive use of fossil fuel, which is causing rising the temperature up. If this thing is going on in across the globe, so what is going to happen? The temperature will gonna rise. Besides, there are lots of industrial revolution. USA, America, China, another country like where industrial revolution is going on, like India, Vietnam. They use lots of fossil fuel, coal, gas, diesel, petrol, natural gas. When you burn them, they produce lots of heat. The heat goes, carbon dioxide, it goes to the atmosphere. When it goes to the atmosphere, which causes temperatures to rise. When temperature rise, it is difficult for living creature to survive. For example, birds, animal, and outside, and they get tired. I remember I have a relative who has a fishing pond, who grow fish in his pond, but the heat was too high that fish died. During the winter in Bangladesh, I have seen when I was very young, there were some birds, they would come to visit this country, and there's a certain place where they used to congregate together and people would go there to enjoy this bird watching program in winter time. Especially kids, they liked that, but birds they don't come because winter is no longer good. There is no sufficient cool temperature, so birds are not coming. So imagine the migrating bird, they are not welcomed in this country because of the rising temperature. Imagine how hard it is. And not only that, rising temperature causes the southern hemisphere and northern hemisphere there are iceberg, permafrost in Russian cold region, Greenland, Alaska, above the glaciers. These are the ice and the snow. They capture the iced water because the sea water evaporated and they become cloud, and this cloud goes to the this northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere, and they congregate together. They become ice, fog. They become snow. This sort of thing. And if you see on television, you have seen probably on the sea there is a big rising ice. You can just drive your car, sea covered with ice. This ice will gonna melt, and that is going to increase the sea water level. The sea water will gonna flood it into the agricultural land, and land will be salty, and crops will not be able to grow. Farmer will not be able to grow the crops. It will be difficult for growing crops. So this way, if temperature rises, it would cause the globe to difficult for living creature. Human are responsible for most of these, besides other factors which are responsible for it. For example, we are not using our muscle power. We are using engine all the time, and we have a in our body system we have like respiratory system. We inhale oxygen and we exhale carbon dioxide. This carbon dioxide also produced by engine, like intake manifold take the air, and exhaust manifold release the carbon dioxide. This carbon dioxide goes to the air, but is supposed to cool down when the sun would set. I mean, when night come, the temperature would go down. But what is happening? The cow dung and urine of cow, they mix it together. They create methane, and also sewage water. When it goes to the canal, they create some sort of gas. It's called methane. This goes to the atmosphere, and carbon monoxide, CFC, chlorofluorocarbon, CFC gas from the fridge and refrigerator, it goes to the atmosphere and they hold the temperature. So that's why we feel hot. This thing causes climate change. If we use like energy efficient product, like energy efficient fridge, energy efficient air conditioning, energy efficient fan, energy efficient lights, bulbs, which is going to reduce electricity demand, energy efficient car, vehicle. But if you use bicycle, if you use public transportation, which is going to be good. I remember when I was in England, Boris Johnson made a plan about bicycle, and I have seen so many bicycle was in England. It was a good step. I liked Boris Johnson, and he had a very good idea about reducing pollution, because the carbon emission is causing the temperature to rise up. So bicycle is one of the best way to reduce carbon emission CO2 emission. Besides, other things could be done, like we use air conditioner to cool down ourselves, but world needs air conditioner. Imagine in Brazil, Amazon is the largest air conditioning system of the world. They produce plenty of oxygen. At least we need 5 of them in our globe, in across the planet, to keep the planet cool. Our blue planet is getting red. I mean, green planet is getting red, means planet is getting heated up. That's why we have cyclone, we have a storm, we have catastrophic tornado, we have flood, we have, Florida, always there is hurricane in Florida, in America, which is tough place to live. In Bangladesh, where Himalayas, all water pass through and goes to the Bay of Bengal. Sometimes too much water, too much rainfall causes flooding this region. It is difficult at that time, and it's not good for crops, because we grow crops and water will gonna dismiss everything. We can't grow crops. So climate is very important for growing crops. So we need to keep our world cool in order to survive. For if you think we go forward 500, we have to like right now I will have children, and they will have children, and the consequence will not be good, because the heating up temperature, we need to do something right now. Global leaders are in third world country. The industrialists, they are busy about their industry. It is good, because industries are related with growth and development. But we are very good in growth of CO2. Industrialists, politicians, they don't care about it. I have seen on the world leaders, the summit, they get together for climate change, but it just, I think, dinner program. They don't do anything. They don't take any step. But I have to praise European Union, because European Union has a disciplined plan for that. European Union is good. They are thinking about this problem. They are concerned about it, and they maintain a standard. They are thinking, they are planning, and they are trying to maintain the standard for eco safety, eco-friendly climate. These are the things they are worried about, and they are taking step, which is very good. America, sorry, my fault. America, Middle East, South America, they must work together to have a better climate for this globe. Otherwise the living creature will be in big trouble, because the climate change affects the food production. Climate change affects water level to go down, because droughts reduces the crops production, because if we don't have water, we can't grow the grass, and there is no grass, that means there is no food for the cattle, and if there is no cattle, we don't have food, because we need to continue produce meat, and meat comes from the cattle. So drought is not acceptable. Drought is not something what we can think about. we have to do something. Although we have a modern irrigation system, but when you use underground water, that means we are consuming too much water from the ground, which will gonna uh, keep the groundwater go down and will not be able to uh, use in future. In the case the water level going down and surface of the land is drying up like a desert, we won't let that happen. That's why we have to reduce groundwater, we have to use rainwater, and also we have to reduce CO2. To do so, you have to use energy efficient electric device and engine. There are some other process we can produce electricity, like river current to produce electricity. We can use wave energy from the seawater. We can produce electricity, and also we can produce electricity from the current of the sea. And there is wind energy, wind tunnel, which are good for producing electricity, and also solar system, solar energy, which is also good for climate. But the battery of the solar panel, draining it causes problem for the soil. One thing is very vital in here, I can tell the strength of the soil is very important to produce crops, because if we dig the soil without fertilizer, we can grow crops now, because too much using fertilizer causing the soil to infertile. We have to use compost material for producing food, which is going to be good. But in the sense, the cow's byproduct, I mean the biogas plant, we need to have this. Will going to create the eco safety environment for us, and also produce fuel for us. But if we use fossil fuel like coal, gas, and diesel, petrol, this sort of thing, it's not really good. We have to think about alternative source of eco-friendly electricity production. So these are the things which you need to be worried about. I remember in Africa, so many people died with the heat wave. In South Africa, heat wave in Spain, all river dried up, and El Nino, La Nino effect, which is also global concern. We can't live like that. We have to take initiative. World leaders are not really worried about it. If you go to Greenland, Alaska, Russian permafrost region, Arctic, Antarctic, this area full with ice. There are a lot of living creatures in there. They will be extinct very soon, because they need cool temperature to survive. And if there is no sufficient cool temperature, they will not be able to live. So that's why we need to take now a step, because I have seen with this short life, 30 years of time, I have seen a huge change of the climate, and by next 30 years what is going to happen, who knows. It will be very difficult to predict now. Imagine we are producing 30 liter of carbon dioxide every day, and we are producing 20 liter of oxygen every day. So that means we have 10 liter surplus of carbon dioxide. These 10 liter surplus of carbon dioxide deposed, and 30 years if this deposit is going on, then imagine how hard it will be living for us on this planet. So we have to take a step right now in order to create a safer environment. These education had to spread across the globe. Everyone has to have good idea about it. And also deforestation, because sometimes we cut the illegal logging is going on also in somewhere. Illegal market, we sell the deforestation. Sometimes housing project is going on. Sometimes they expand the agricultural land because we need to produce food and crops. That's why deforestation is going on. It's not really good because we have to keep carrying on our world, and we have to have plenty of climate friendly environment to survive us and our animals and our domestic animals, and all those things need a better climate. I remember when I came from England, and that was September, and it was very hot, and it was very difficult for myself to live. I couldn't sleep properly at night, and I had to always only just on underwear because I couldn't cope up with this climate, with this environment. My cousin came from England, and he had to go to hospital because the heat was unbearable. Not only that, we have seen during the time of Eid ul Adha, importer of Bangladesh, they bring cattle from America. Those cattle struggle to live. They require fan. They need to cool down because they are not used to with this environment. And I have seen there are meat producing sheep. They came from sheep, I mean goat, the cattle. They came from Australia. With that climate, they used to live, but they can't live in here. So that's why the man who was responsible for nursing them, he kept them in a room where they make them climate friendly. So I have seen so many people from England, they are going to Australia for living because Australia is a very nice weather country. Weather is very good, friendly. That's why so many people are migrating to Australia. And also people like China, India, Indian subcontinent, they are migrating to Australia, America, just because of the climate. It is so hard to live in here. I remember I had a stomach trouble because the too much heat causes stomach trouble. But when I went to United Kingdom, I did not have this problem. So everybody loves cool weather. In order to do so, we have to take a step. Our government and world leaders have to take initiative to keep the climate cool. There can be like 5 Amazon jungle we have to make in this planet to keep the planet cool. To do so, a specific place need to be selected where water is available. We can if you think about, we need oxygen, so we need oxygen factory. A tree plantation needs to be done. And I remember few months ago, probably in California, Los Angeles, there was a big wildfire. In Austria there was wildfire, and in Israel there was wildfire. These are really bad for climate change because if you destroy the uh, trees which produce plenty of oxygen for us, for living creature. uh, uh, make sure that it doesn't happen, and we need to have a technological support to protect our uh, trees or forest from wildfire, so that we can manage. Wildfire is very difficult to control. I have seen how America was struggling to control wildfire. Their house was burned, and they did not have any place to live. It was really horrible, totally devastated situation in USA. And also, I can tell that living in a concrete house, I mean reinforced concrete house, is very expensive right now because the rooms are very heated up at night. But if you live in, like I have a house in my village which is made by the tin, wavy tin on the roof, and the fence of the house made by the square tin, and supported by frame of wood, and there are plenty of window, and it doesn't really take more than 10 minutes to cool down at night time. So imagine in Dhaka the temperature is 36 degrees Celsius. You can find the temperature in my home in village maybe 26 degrees. That's 10 degrees down, which a table fan or a simple ceiling fan is good enough to we don't need any air conditioning to live in there. It's very cheap and it's good. But things has changed. People like to live in concrete house. They think that this is posh, but actually this is very expensive, and it's not really good. And I would like to talk about nuclear energy. It's really good and it's really safe because we use uranium to produce electricity in the power plant. Russia is very good about it because Russia is building so many power plant which is run by uranium nuclear power plant, which is very good, and I think it is eco-friendly if you can manage it. But nuclear waste product, which is not really good because it pollutes the environment and soil. So this is the thing we should be worried about. And so politicians must take a step about it to keep the climate come down. There are unfortunate some volcanic eruption could happen, mostly in Italy we have seen, and also in Iceland there is volcanic eruption. It causes the climate to be heated up. But these are the unfortunate thing could happen. We don't have any hand on it, but we can think about it like there are some factors which we can protect, and we can make our climate more eco-friendly. No droughts, no over rainfall. These are the things which we can expect, and if we don't take right now any step, in future we will have a hard time for our children, grandchildren, and who are next generation. They have to suffer a lot. In Netherlands there is a wind turbine, and that was long time ago. They were the first producer of Netherlands, and I like Netherlands about one thing. They are creating energy producing eco-friendly system they have. So wind energy and river current, wave energy, these are the things which you need to invest money, and we need to spend money on research. So America must come forward to this thing, otherwise the world will gonna be in big problem. Someone has to take a key role to understand the fact and consequence in near future which is waiting for us. uh, I hope we will have a very wonderful day if we take a step right now. I believe the world will be safer again, and the world will be a great place to live. So thank you very much for listening my today's discussion. I hope you enjoy that. And once again, welcome, and you are most welcome to see my next episode. I'm going to probably talk about something else, and support my channel. Thank you very much.